afraid of your ghosts, Bridget.
Excuse me. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. I apologize for the tardiness. You always plan on things, and you're like, okay, I gotta do this, and I gotta do this, and I gotta do this by a certain amount of time, and you always end up running out of time. or maybe that's just me. I don't know. But either way, I apologize again for the late start. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. My goodness, some of you were in the chat so early this morning. That's okay, though. I really appreciate you hanging around and waiting for me. I really, really appreciate that. Just a reminder, our stream starts at 10:30 a.m. Central Time. So adjust your schedules as you need. That way you're not hanging out and chat for 2 hours beforehand. But it's okay if that's where you want to be. I appreciate it. Today we're going to be working on a brand new project called Firelight. I'm really excited for this one. It should go together pretty quickly. It's really just one simple block, some square pieces. We're going to sew those up together, and then it kind of makes this stepping pattern, which is really kind of cool. You can see it here. I also put a picture of it in the thumbnail as well, so you'll be able to see that. We're going to be using these beautiful starry fat quarter bundle that I purchased from Missouri Star Quilt Company last year around Christmas time. I bought it, put it in my stash, and so we're going to be using that and then some of this gray fabric here. So today, I don't think we're going to get to a whole lot of sewing today. I think today's going to be a lot more of prepping of fabrics, ironing, cutting them up, getting everything ready to go. But hopefully, maybe we'll get to some. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Hang on, sorry. All right. Couple of quick announcements. First of all, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. Happy Sunday morning to you. I hope you're well. I hope you're having a fantastic weekend so far, and I hope the weather is better by you than it has been by me. The week was perfect. The weather around here for the week, during the week, the work week was absolutely perfect. It would get down in the low 60s, sometimes even 50s. I think I saw a 45 on my car one morning. So it was beautiful, nice, cool evenings, nice warm days, upper 70s, mid 80s. It's beautiful. But then yesterday, the bottom dropped out on us. Yesterday, it was a high of 91 yesterday, and the humidity was probably in the 60 or 70% range. So it was really just icky to be outside. And then today, it's going to be again high in the upper 90s, or in the 90s today. Humidity level is up to 88. Excuse me. I ate onions for breakfast this morning, and they're just not agreeing with me. Humidity in the upper 80s, which is just awful, and then it's going to progressively get warmer throughout the week. By the time we get to Tuesday, they're calling for a high of 97 with 100% humidity. It's going to be awful. It's going to be horrible. It's going to be awful. And then it's supposed to be basically like that the rest of the week. We're in the severe threat of some weather on Tuesday, some thunderstorms on Tuesday, and then again on Friday. But otherwise, it's going to be nasty. So if you are in the upper Midwest or in the northern East Coast, make sure you keep an eye on the weather. Make sure you're taking precautions to keep yourself safe, to keep your friends and family safe. Check in on the young and the elderly. Especially with this heat and humidity, it can get pretty nasty. Make sure you stay hydrated, drink lots of water, or other beverages as you choose. I swear this is water. But make sure you're staying hydrated as much as you can. You can see I have a couple of different display things going on today because I found a way to display them. We've got our map going here. This is for our new series, our new pre-recorded series on the channel called Floral States of America. If you guys haven't already, make sure you check that out. Each video is less than 10 minutes long. I think the longest one was like 8.5 minutes. So each one is very short. They're little bladey blocks, or 8.5 by 8.5 blocks that we're putting together. And we're learning a little bit about each state, and I'm really having a lot of fun with it. So here's our map. You can see we've got some states done already. This is the next state that I will be recording. The state of Massachusetts, that's the next one I'll be recording, but I will actually be releasing the state of Connecticut hopefully this week, so you guys will see that one here soon. And then I also have my Illinois Shop Hop magazine that I've given to you guys before. I've shown you that before. Is also displayed here. I'm not necessarily promoting the Illinois Shop Hop, but just shop hops in general, because I think it's a fantastic way for us to support our local brick and mortar quilt stores. In fact, I went to a quilt store yesterday, and I'm going to show you a little bit of my haul from what I did yesterday. Not a lot. I didn't go super crazy, but I did find a few things that I want to share with you because I thought they were really cute. So I'm going to share those with you in just a minute, and then we will get started on our Firelight project. But first and foremost, let me hop into chat and say hello to everybody in there. It looks like we got 20 or 25 people in there right now, so I want to say hello to as many of them as I can. So let me put my glasses back on so I can read chat, and then I'll pop in there and say hello to everybody real quick. So many things going on today. It's just crazy. Flip. I'm scrolling. Hi, Brat46. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me. I think Linda may have been the first one in chat, but unfortunately, for some reason, my chat didn't show her message. So, thank you so much for joining me today. Happy Sunday morning to you. I hope you're well. I hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Welcome to the channel. Same thing with Linda. Welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for joining me today. I hope you're well. Dawn, I see Dawn in here. Hi, Dawn. Good morning. Terry, good morning. Thanks so much for being here. Denise, good morning. I see you too. Hello, Kim. Gosh, I feel like it's been forever since I've seen you. I hope you're well. Susan, hello. She says she's going to be working on her PMQ. So make sure you follow along with us for those. Those are lots of fun. We're having a great time with those. Lucas is doing the Wild West one. So that one's awesome. Terry says, Danny, I love your new space. Looks more comfortable and bright. Yes, it is. It is much more comfortable. It is much more bright. I still have some big empty walls that I need to fill up, but we're getting there slowly and surely. I'm coming up with ideas and plans on Mom and my Mama Joyce and Sherlock Cheryl are going to help me with some decorating because they want me to display some more of my quilts, which I do. I have this one here, but I have a bunch more that are going to be coming up this year, and so I need to find a better way to display them. So we're thinking about some ladders or something. We haven't really decided yet, so lots of fun there. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Hi, Linda. Good morning. Linda Faust is here. Hello. Good morning. Thanks so much for joining us. Hi, Marie. It's so great to see you. Welcome back. Happy summer to you. I know you were kind of out for the summer, so I appreciate you being back. Hi, Kathy. Thanks so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. Special shout out to my moderators, Terry and Kathy. I really appreciate you guys being here so early and hanging out. I haven't seen Lucas yet. Maybe he'll pop in. Maybe he won't. That's okay. Chloe, good morning. Thanks so much for joining me. Happy Sunday morning to you. I hope you are well. 45 degrees, I can only dream. It was only one day. It was only the one day, and it was in the morning when I got into the car, and I mean, it warmed up pretty quick. But yeah, it was the one day it was really nice. But it's been in the upper 50s, low 60s at night. So it was really nice sleeping weather, which is probably why I'm so darn tired, because I slept so soundly this week. But yeah, it's been really nice. We've been able to kind of open the windows, enjoy the nice weather. I've had the sunroof open on the car all week. It's been really great. And now yesterday I had to close everything up and it was way too hot. It was hot yesterday and it's supposed to be even worse today. I've already got my fan going in my room here, except I actually need to angle it because right now it's blowing over here and that's not really helping me. So I might have to get up in a second and move that. Sorry, still going through chat here. Dawn says, I'm eating ice cream. I mean, breakfast of champions there, Dawn. That is awesome. I wish I was eating ice cream. Yum. Terry says, it has been so cool here. Well, cool for summer. Yeah, it's been about average here. I'm in, I think I told you guys, northern Illinois, southwest suburb of Chicago. It's been, we've had some hot days for sure. I mean, we always do. But it's been mild. I would say it's been mild. Yeah. Brad says, I've been up since 3 a.m. I almost logged in then. Oh, my goodness. Well, I was not up at 3 a.m. I'm sorry to tell you. But I'm glad that you're here. Thank you. Yes, Terry, water is best. Absolutely, 100%. Mm-hmm. Yum, ice cream. Hi, Carrie Lynn. I'm not sure if I said hello to you. Good morning. Good morning. Thanks so much for joining us. It's so great to see you again. Fern, I said hello. Melina, hi. How are you? Gosh, it's been so long since I've seen you. I hope you're well. Thanks so much for joining us. Sorry, I'm still going through chat here. Give me a second. Kathy's birthday is today. Well, my goodness. Happy birthday to you, Kathy. Thanks so much for joining us. My goodness, girl. Thanks. Happy birthday to you. I hope you're doing something fantastic and special. 29, right? You're 29 years young? Yeah? We're forever 29. Well, okay, maybe 39. Forever 39. We'll just stay right there. Well, happy birthday to you. That is so great for you. Hi, Gladys. Good morning. Thanks so much for joining us. The crickets are deafening. Oh, my goodness. Sorry, still going through chat here. Guys, there's so many people in chat today, which is fantastic. It's awesome, but it's taken me a minute to catch up here. Hi, Sylvia Martinez. Good morning. She says, I'm early today. Raining and 54 in southeast Alaska. Oh my gosh, I didn't even know you were in Alaska. That is amazing. Gosh, 34. Wow. I dream of those temperatures. Hi, Katie. Good morning. Welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for joining me. Naomi, good morning. She says, McDonald's apple pie for breakfast with coffee. Ooh, that sounds good. Yum. I had eggs for breakfast this morning. So I had eggs. I had scrambled eggs this morning, and I put a quarter of an onion, a little teeny tiny quarter of an onion, and some green peppers in it. I scrambled all that up, and Mr. Wizard and I had that on tortillas with cheese. It was really yummy. It was very good, except now I feel like I'm burping up onions. So I apologize for that. But I probably should not have eaten onions this morning for breakfast. It's going to come back to bite me, I know. But it was really good. It was really, really yummy. Fresh peppers from the garden. My aunt dropped off some my aunt dropped off some peppers for us last week. This week she's dropping off a muskmelon, which I'm told is like a honeydew? No, cantaloupe? I don't know. Mr. Wizard was looking up yesterday some type of fruit. I'm sure it'll be delicious if it's fresh from her garden. I appreciate her dropping that off for us. So she'll be hopping by later to see Mr. Wizard. So thank you very much for that. Schlick Stitches. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to the channel. Gosh, I can't say that I've seen that name before. Welcome so much to the channel. I'm so glad you're here. Martina, Sylvia says, I'm eating breakfast. It's not yet 8 a.m. Ooh, Susan says, sausage, egg, biscuit, and coffee for breakfast here. Yum. All right, I'm just about at the end of the chat here. My goodness, there's so many people in chat today, which is fantastic. Good morning, everyone. Welcome. I'm so excited to have so many friends here today. If I missed you, I truly, truly apologize. There's a lot in chat going on right now, so if I missed you, please say hello again, and I will try and make sure that I get there to ya. There's spots, so I think my glasses are dirty. So let me clean up my glasses. Let me show you guys what I got from my quilt store yesterday. I told you guys last week, maybe it was 2 weeks ago. Just making sure I didn't miss anything. Nope, not yet. About 2 weeks ago, I told you guys that with the Illinois Shop Hop, I found a new local quilt store that was like, I wouldn't say walking distance because that would be a hell of a walk, but it's much closer than the store I was going to before, and I had no idea it was even there. So that's why this book has been a godsend for me. And so I went back there yesterday. So I went there the first day, checked it out. It's awesome. I didn't stay too long, but then I went back there yesterday without Mr. Wizard. I went there by myself, so I didn't have any supervision, and I came back with some stuff. I came back with some stuff. So let me show you that stuff. But as I was looking down here, I was reminded of something that I told you guys about. If you are a member of our Facebook group, then you know I posted a picture yesterday about an empty bin, an empty plastic bin, because we were starting a new project today, which will be this Firelight project. I swear to you, we are going to get to it today. But one of the other things I said was there may or may not be a surprise in the works. And that surprise is that we are going to be doing a really quick giveaway today. And I almost forgot about it. So I'm really glad that I looked down because I almost forgot it. So I've been cleaning up my sewing space. You guys know I moved into this new space, but I didn't really clean up anything. I just kind of stuffed it all in boxes and moved it off to the side. So I've been trying to slowly go through things, and I've been finding a lot of scraps and extra pieces from past projects. And I do have a bunch of people in my subscriber group that are going to be getting some scraps here from me soon. I'm still working on that. But one of the things that I found was an oops kit from one of our previous puzzle mystery quilts from Cotton Cuts. These are 1/8 of a yard of fabric of each of the fabrics that we used for our puzzle mystery quilt. They're really pretty fabrics. They're Michael Miller fabrics. I think it's called Kaleidoscope, if I remember correctly. It's been a hot minute since I've looked at it. But these were one of my favorites. They're beautiful. They're like rainbow colors, black on whites, rainbow colors. It's really, really cool. So we're going to give this away today. Let me set that up real quick. Give me just a second because I'm completely unprepared. But we are going to do it today. So let me set that up really super quick, and then we will get started, and I'll show you guys what we're doing today. I'll show you what's in this bag. That's what I'm going to show you. Give me just a second here. What is everybody working on today? I saw some people working on their PMQ later today. I saw some other people were working on... I saw a tote bag. I think I saw a tote bag listed in there somewhere. What else is everybody else working on? You guys let me know what you guys are working on while I'm trying to set this up for you. La la la. Bunch of clicks. Bunch of clicks. I meant to set it up this morning, and it's like, I swear, it's not, I haven't quite reached our hell in a handbasket. I haven't quite reached to that level of status yet, but I'm pretty darn close. It's been a hot minute. I'm like running around like a crazy person, and so that's why I was a little late this morning, so I apologize for that. Giveaways. La 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 la. We'll use this one. But I'm not gonna do it. Yeah, I could do an hour and a half, right? Yeah, that one could work. An hour and a half will work for us, I think. Yeah, that should work. We'll start this one. All right. Giveaway has started. You can do exclamation point. I don't even know. Oh, exclamation point giveaway in chat to earn a ticket. You do have to be within the U.S. or Canada in order to enter, so please keep that in mind. But I can ship to anywhere within the U.S. or Canada. Do exclamation point giveaway in chat. Make sure you get a notification that says you've received a ticket. And once you receive that, okay, good, it is working. I can see a couple of them there. So then you can go ahead and work on that. The timer will go off in about an hour and a half, so it's just towards the end of our stream, and then we will be able to do it from there. Hi, Brenda. Good morning. Thanks so much for joining me today. Wow, lots of tickets. Great, great, great. That's awesome. Yeah, so it's an eighth of a yard of fabric. And it's the whole packet. I'm not breaking it up. You guys are getting the whole thing. It's an eighth of a yard of each of these fabrics. They were my favorite. If you guys remember, this was the... I think this was the Olympia quilt. So if you guys go back on the channel, not right now, but later. Hi, Joanna Walker. Welcome to the channel. Gosh, haven't seen you. Lorraine, I missed you. Hi, Lorraine. Good morning. Thanks so much for joining us today. If you guys go back and watch what did I say it was? The fabric line is called Kaleidoscope. It's not Olympia. I don't remember what it was, no. That's Olympia. That's Olympia. I don't remember what this one was called. But it is on the channel, so if you guys wanted to check that out. I gave the full quilt away to my coworker at work. But I've got the spares here. So we're going to give that away later. So I'll put that over here for now so you guys can see it. For now, I'll put that over there. All right, let me show you what's in this bag. Because I know you guys, it's just killing you to see what's in this bag. Hi, Shirley. Good morning. Welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for joining us today. All right, let me show you what's in this bag. So first and foremost, we're going to be starting on this one. The next project that's coming up, because I actually have 2 empty plastic bins, which is really crazy. So in September, we're going to be starting another project. It is called Hillside Charm. It is a panel quilt process. It's a panel quilt that my mom, Mama Joyce, is going to be working on with us. I don't think she's going to be doing it on camera. I think it's going to be more of an off-camera thing for her. But I actually bought the panel and some fat quarters to go along with it. This is called Man Cave by Rosemary Levine. It is really cool. It's this panel. Here, I can take the panel out and show you guys what the panel looks like. The panel is really cool. I'm really excited to work with it. It is called Man Cave. And it is a thing. It's a list of Man Cave rules. And then down at the bottom it says Man Cave. Isn't that cute? Isn't that awesome? I love it. I saw it online and I'm like, I have to have that. And then on top of that are some coordinating fat quarters that go along with it. And these are, you know, masculine based fabrics. So you got your pool balls, cards, decks of cards for poker. There's a dartboard in here. There's remote controls, electronics. There's these wood grain fabrics, and then there's some red and black plaid as well. So I'm really excited to dive into this. We're going to be cutting this thing open and using some of that. There's some duplicates in there, so I imagine there'll be some leftovers when we're done. But for now, that is what I purchased yesterday for the next upcoming project that we're going to be working on, called Hillside Charm. So if you guys are interested in following along with us, you're going to need at least a 23 by 19 panel and at least 10 fat quarters to go along with it. And you're going to want to purchase the pattern. It's called Hillside Charm. It's just one of those little poster card patterns. Really lots of fun. Yes, so that is that. And then I purchased this book here. It's called On the Run. It's a collection of 12 table runners using pre-cuts. It's an older book. I think the copyright on it was... I looked at it yesterday. Give me a minute. I'll find it again. It's an older book. I think it said 2012, 2018, something like that. It's an older book. But looks like lots of fun. Nice patterns to choose from. So I purchased that. It was on their 20% off rack. So I grabbed that. Lots of fun. And then I grabbed another pattern called Strip Twist, which is a jelly roll friendly project. So we'll be adding that one to our arsenal of projects to coming up. So I've got a bunch of jelly rolls that we need to go through. And then the last two pieces is a panel and some background fabric that I purchased, and I have to tell you a little bit of a quick story behind it real quick. So you guys know, obviously, I'm a YouTuber. I'm a streamer. I live stream on YouTube for quilting and things like that. But I'm also a computer gamer. I like to play computer games as well. It's one of my secret, my secret passions. And I actually have a handful of friends that are YouTube content creators that are computer gamers. One of them specifically is Deuce. He's a close friend of mine. He's been on YouTube for a very long time, probably close to 10 years. He's so much fun. I really love interacting with him. He's a great guy. And his channel, that's actually where I've learned a lot of the fun things that we do on our channel, like the thimbles program. That's something that actually, he's the one that showed me how to do that. He does plungers on his channel, and I'll tell you why in a second. But the theme for his channel is it's called the Outhouse. That is his theme for whatever reason. Every YouTuber kind of has a theme. Mine is purple and green. That's kind of my theme. But his is, the outhouse. And so all of his different things are based around an outhouse. So like when someone subscribes to the channel, a big outhouse shows up on the screen. It's pretty cool. And then when somebody does a super chat or super thanks or things like that, a big toilet shows up on the screen. And and his whole thing is when he's welcoming new people, he says it's the crappiest place you'll find on YouTube, which is so cool. He's done a fantastic job with his theme, and it's a lot of fun. But one of the things that he has is, instead of thimbles like we do, he does plungers. So that's a lot of fun. So anyway, so I was at the store yesterday and I walked past, and the store that I went in they're huge on fat quarters. They're huge on it. They have them everywhere. And then they also have a lot of panels. They're really big on panels. She loves panels, so she's always got a bunch of them. And this particular panel, I saw it in the corner of my eye, and I looked at it and I'm like, oh, I have got to get this, because it made me think of Deuce. And so I'm gonna put it together for him and send it to him. But basically what it is it's a panel full of, let me see if I can find it. Here we go. It's a panel full of outhouses. I thought it was so cute. It's a panel full of outhouses, and I just thought that was so neat. And it totally reminded me of him. So I'm just going to put it together as a quick wall hanging for him. Maybe he can hang it on his door for his office room or wherever he wants to. I'm not turning it into a quilt. I'm just going to make it a quick wall hanging for him. But I thought that was really cute. And then I bought some background fabric to go along with it. And you can see down here this little, what you would see on the outside door of an outhouse. That fabric actually came as a solid fabric. So I went ahead and bought that as the backing. But I thought that was a lot of fun. Hopefully he'll enjoy it. A couple of years ago for Christmas, I found an outhouse for like a dollhouse. If you guys even know what a dollhouse is. I found a little outhouse that stands about this tall. It's got a working door with little hinges on it, and you open the door. It's got a little toilet seat in there. You can lift the toilet seat up. And then was a roll of toilet paper in there, and I bought that for him for Christmas one year. And so he actually has that one when he does his live streams, when he turns his camera on, which is very rare. But when he does turn his camera on, he actually has that one sitting right on his desk, just behind him, so you can see it there all the time. So I was honored that he was displaying it. So I don't expect him to display this one by any means, but I thought of it, and I thought of him, and he has done a fantastic job. He's really helped me out with my questions about YouTube and Streamlabs and things like that. So this will be my way of thanking him, but I saw that, and I'm like, oh, I have to get that for him. So that'll be a project that I'll do off camera. It'll just be a really quick one. I'm not even sure I'm going to put any batting behind it. I think I'm just going to sandwich it together and stitch it up just so it's something so he can hang somewhere if he wants to. But anyway, so that was my little haul that I had from the local quilt store by my house that I never even knew existed, that is going to get me in so much trouble now because I know it's there. So these are upcoming projects coming up on the channel that you guys are going to see. The Hillside Charm one will be starting in September. Mama Joyce will be doing that one with us. Not necessarily on camera, but maybe. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. Alright, so now that that's out of the way, let's talk about our new project. Hang on. Yes, it was a nice haul. Not overly priced either. I thought the pricing was really reasonable. The fat quarter bundle was like $50, I think. It's 13 fat quarters and a panel, so I didn't think that was all that unreasonable. The yardage of fabric, I think, was, I want to say it was like $11.99 a yard, but those are not full yard pieces, so I didn't pay the full price for that. But I really liked it. Hi, Stephanie. Welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for joining us. It's so great to see you. Stephanie had a new video come out this morning. I missed it. I did not catch it. I will catch it later, but make sure you check her out. You can do ! Stephanie in chat for a link to her channel. So welcome to the channel. Thanks so much for joining us today. All right. Firelight. Let's get started. So this is the pattern. You guys have been seeing it here now. But it's like a stepping pattern. We made something similar to this. It was a project by Moda that we did. It was a free pattern that we got from Moda, and we finished it. I think I want to say I finished it on camera way back in the beginning of the channel. I might have done the binding on it. I don't think I did the whole quilt. I think I just did the binding on it. But we finished it up. But this one looks really fun. So it's basically just this one little block, and I don't know if you guys can see this on camera, and I'm not going to turn the zoom camera on, but it's just this one little block with a piece of background and a piece of coloring. So these are the fabrics that we're going to be using. It is called Arctic Wonder by Michael Moon. And it's these beautiful, well, I can open it. I don't know why I'm sitting here showing it to you guys when I can just open it. Give me a second. Normally I save these ribbons, but this one was wound so tightly that I couldn't get it undone. So it's going to have to be cut, unfortunately. But here we go. So here's the fabrics we're going to be using. Look at these fabrics. Aren't these beautiful fabrics? They're all fat quarters, and they've got like a little sparkle to them. I don't think the camera picks up the sparkle, but they've got a little bit of sparkle to them. They're all like a watercolor, kind of. Aren't they beautiful? So we're going to have that one. Both of the fat quarters are the same, so let me show you the fabrics, and then we're going to actually iron these up before we start cutting them. But here's the purple. Here's another blue. This one's got little stars in it. So cute. See the little stars? Aren't they adorable? Can you guys see the stars on the camera? Probably not. They're like little teeny tiny white stars. And it's got a little sparkle to it. And I like this one. This one's really pretty blue. It's like a teal. Teal. Like that. And then, of course, this one is a purple and pink, which is one of the reasons that I bought this fat quarter bundle to start with. Because I really loved this color. Check this one out. This one's probably one of my favorites. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Like, absolutely gorgeous. So we're going to be working with those today. So today we're going to be ironing and probably cutting. I don't know that we're going to get to any sewing today, and that's okay though, because it's the start of any project. It's going to go together pretty quickly. It's all the same block. We're going to be making 80 of them. Whew. 8 of each color. Yikes. Lots to do, lots to do. All right. So let me get this iron warm. I'm going to go over there and grab my chair because we're going to need that here to put the fabrics on. So give me just a quick second. And I'm going to turn my fan a little minute. There we go. Ooh. I got to tell you guys, having all this space in my new sewing room is amazing. I love it. Like, there's still so much space that you guys can't even see behind the camera. There's just so much more back there. This is so fun. I love it. Over here. Yes, over there. Yes, exactly. Over there. Yep. I love it. It is so nice to be in here now. It's amazing. Strongly recommended if you have the opportunity. All right, so we're going to iron up our fabrics first. I've got my starch here. We're going to go ahead and starch them. I like to starch up my fabrics. And then this is, I forgot to show you guys, this is the background fabric. It's like a light gray. It almost reminds me of a grunge, but it's not grunge. It's kind of a constant. It is, it's called Shadow Play by Maywood Studios. When I've used Maywood Studios fabric before. And it's just this like, it's a brushed gray. It's hard for you guys to see on camera, but it's like a grunge. Okay, so it's got that, it's not a solid color. It's got that texture to it, so I really like it. So I thought that worked really well with these colors. I thought that's going to really make these colors pop, but it's not a white because I hate working with white fabric. It's just not my thing. I'm not a big fan of solid black either. I prefer something with a little bit of a texture. So we're going to be working on that as well. For this project, you need 10 fat quarters and 1 yard of background. Now, this is more than a yard of background because I actually bought this for another project. Turns out I'm not going to use it. So this is more than a yard of fabric, so I'm going to put the rest in my spec and my stash when we're done. But yeah, so there's that. All right, let me move this over here. I avoid solid fabrics. I do too, Terry. I prefer something with a little bit of a texture to it. Everybody has their own preferences. That's just kind of mine. I do prefer something with a little bit of a texture, a little bit of movement to it, stuff like that. So, all right, these are going to go together these are going to iron up pretty quickly. That's why I love working with fat quarters, because they iron up really quick and easy. Go ahead and grab my starch. I got a little misting bottle. I bought it on Amazon. Really cheap and easy. I am using Best Press starch. I buy it by the gallon. And then we're going to go ahead and get started. Just a reminder, make sure you're entering that giveaway. We're giving away that Oops kit from one of our previous Cotton Cuts projects. If you're interested in it, within the US and Canada. Also, if you have thimbles that you want to redeem, now is the time to do it. I will be mailing those out hopefully this week. I'll be mailing out the redemptions. So if you're interested in redeeming your thimbles this month, you can do so. You do ! redeem and then the prize that you'd like to redeem them for. For available prizes, you can do ! prizes in chat. I'll give you a list of them with the command codes to redeem them. There we go. Kathy says she has to go. Do you have to be here to win? Yeah, Kathy, unfortunately you do. If your name is called, then we'll just choose another one. So don't you worry about it. You're getting a bunch of other stuff anyway. So it's one of the perks of being a moderator. So no worries, hon. You have a great birthday. Happy birthday to you. I hope you have a fantastic day. And we'll see you again soon. But yes, you do have to be present to win. Linda has redeemed a fat quarter. Awesome, Linda. Thanks for that. We will get that in the mail to you. Hopefully this week. Hi Joyce, I don't think I said hello to you. Good morning, welcome to the channel. Thanks so much for joining us today. Happy Sunday morning to you. I hope you're well. We've got lots of stuff coming up here on the channel. We're finishing up a bunch of projects. The projects we've had this year have not been super difficult ones, or I don't know if we're just running out of, just having finishing up a lot of stuff, because we're starting, this will be our 4th or 5th project this year, which is just crazy. Like normally I only go through 4. We're gonna have almost 6 this year, 6 or 7 this year. It's gonna be crazy. So lots of fun stuff coming up. Speaking of stuff coming up, if you guys are interested, and I forgot to mention at the start of the channel, but you may have seen me using it. It's my really nifty, neat coffee mug with our channel logo on it right here. Ta-da! If you are interested in purchasing one of your own, you can do so. You can do ! merch in chat. You can purchase a coffee mug. Part of the proceeds for the sale go back to the channel, which is then used for new projects like this one. If you don't want to purchase a coffee mug and you'd just like to make a donation to the channel, you can do so in 2 different ways. You can either do ! tip in chat, which will give you a PayPal link, or which gives you a Streamlabs link, which then you can use for PayPal to make a donation to the channel in any denomination you prefer. Or you can hit the button down there at the bottom next to the like button that's got a $sign on it, and you can send in a super thanks or super chat or super sticker if you prefer. I have not set up memberships on the channel yet because honestly I haven't had the opportunity to really think about it and plan for it. I've got some ideas in my head of kind of what I was thinking of doing for it, because I really want to make it worth it for you guys. I don't want to just set up memberships and you guys just send in money. I actually want to give back to you guys, give you something in return, give you a little extra something, whether that be, being able to see the videos a little bit earlier, and, maybe a podcast or something. I don't know yet. I've gotten a bunch of ideas in my head, haven't really done anything with it yet, but that will be coming up soon if that's something that you're interested in. And again, every dollar goes right back into the channel for new projects and new equipment. Our next upgrade for equipment will be a new Zoom camera, because you guys know I have issues with our Zoom camera every once in a while. So I'll be upgrading that. That will be the next piece of equipment that we need. It's coming. I just haven't gotten to it yet. And of course, none of that is required. It is absolutely not required. It's simply if you guys want to. Volunteer only. The channel will always remain 100% free, always, for everyone. Right. But we're just going to go ahead and iron these up really quick. Thank you, Terry, for throwing that link up there. I appreciate it. If anyone's interested in it. Anyone is interested. All right. I know a couple of you have purchased your coffee mugs. You'll have to let us know how you like them. I like mine, but mine is the older design. The new design actually has the picture on both sides as opposed to the front, like mine is, because it makes it a little hard and awkward to hold. So I've changed the design of it. There's also t-shirts, tank tops, drawstring bags are available. There's a bunch of stuff available if you're interested. Water bottles as well. If you're not a coffee person, you prefer a water bottle. I'm also looking at updating our logo so that I can offer more options to choose from. Right now our logo has too many colors in it to offer up any of the embroidery options. So we'll get there. Hi Patty, good morning. Welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for joining me. What starch am I using? I am using Best Press. That's just a personal preference. I know there's 100 different types of them out there. I use the Best Press. I buy it in the gallon, and then I just refill my little misting bottle with it. That's what I prefer. Some people prefer the aerosol can version. Help me out here, ladies. I can't remember the name of it at the moment. It was the one that I used to use when I was a kid. Well, we were ironing up my stepdad's shirts for work. I remember that one really well. I like this one because it's non-aerosol. I like the smell of it. This is a lavender scented one, so I like the smell of it. It doesn't smell like starch. And I find it to be a cleaner version of it, especially with the ironing. I don't get the... You guys know what I'm talking about, the like chalky residue. I don't get that with the Best Press. So that's why I prefer this one. But there's hundreds of them out there. Faultless. Good morning, Valerie. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Welcome to the I thought I heard it go off, but I looked up and I didn't see anything on the screen. So good morning. Welcome to the channel. Thanks so much for joining us. You gotta wait about 5 minutes before you can head into our chat, but then once you're there, you can actually enter our giveaway. We're doing a giveaway today. We don't do them a lot, but I do them randomly every once in a while. And we are doing a giveaway for one of our Oops kits from a previous puzzle mystery quilt we did a few years ago. And I apologize for the dogs barking in the background. I think my aunt is here. She's bringing us more Faultless spray. Yes, thank you. I think that's the one I was thinking of. I think it's a yellow can, maybe, or white with yellow, something like that. Good morning, Gazella. Good morning. Welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for joining us today. The giveaway is available to everyone within the U.S. and Canada. So please keep that in mind. Right now, I do not have the ability to ship internationally. Kelly says she's got to head out. No problem, Kelly. We understand. Thanks so much for joining us today. You have a wonderful rest of your weekend. If you guys haven't already, please make sure you head over to Kelly's channel and give her a subscribe. You can do !Kelly in chat. She is fantastic. She's definitely one of the experts on our channel. She helps me out tremendously with different fabrics and tips and tricks for my machines and things like that. She is great. She is definitely a great content creator and friend of ours here on the channel. We have a lot of content creator friends here on the channel, and I like to try and support them as much, if not more, than I support myself. Both of our moderators are content creators. So Terry has her own channel. She does a lot of vintage sewing machine refurbishments. She does an amazing job. She's your expert when it comes to sewing machines. She does a fantastic job. And Kathy is also, she's a moderator. She had to step away. She also has her own channel as well. She does live streams almost every day, and it's like a quilt retreat every time because she always has 2 or 3 guests on with her on a Zoom call, and we just have a great time. I have been honored enough to be on her channel a couple of times when I've had days off of work, and I've been able to make it. It's been a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. Make sure you check her out. If you do !creators in chat, it'll give you a list of all of our content creator links. And then you can just use those commands to find the one that you're looking for specifically. You're glad to see I'm starching my fabrics. I starch the larger pre-cut fabrics. I don't starch jelly rolls normally because I think they're just too small. And I don't usually starch my charm squares either because I also think those are too small. But fat quarters or larger, I will starch. Sorry. Fat quarters or larger, I will starch those and use those up before I cut because I think that it makes for a cleaner cut. Plus, it also helps as you're pressing your pieces throughout. See, I was able to get this one apart. As you're pressing your pieces, I find that they lay nicer. So I'm going to save that one. So I usually do starch before I do things. And that's why usually the first video on any project that we start is usually kind of a boring video because we're just prepping the fabrics and cutting them up. So I'm going to go ahead. I've got 5 more fat quarters here to iron up. And then we will start cutting. We'll cut up the fat quarters first, and then we'll come back and we'll start ironing up our yardage. Gazelle says, Daniel is a bad girl today. I bought 4 patterns. I understand, Gazelle. I understand. We are all trying not to buy anything, before the end of the year. But if you catch the replay again, Gazelle, you'll see at the beginning. I went to the quilt store yesterday, and I was not a good girl either. I show you guys my haul here in the beginning of the stream, so check that out on the replay. But yeah, I wasn't a good girl either. Linda, the thimbles don't. You gotta hug it, Linda. Maybe give it a hug. Try that. Starching the fabric does help with an accurate seam. Yes, 100%. Yeah, yep, it does help. I mean, some people are, it's starching is as a personal preference. Some people want to do it, some people don't. I do, but if you prefer not to, that's okay. Some people like to wash their fabrics before. I don't wash my fabrics in quilting. I will for apparel when I'm doing apparel sewing because I don't want things to shrink. But with quilting, I will not because I actually want it to shrink after I've sewn it up together because I want that pucker effect. That's the look I'm going for with things. So that's why I wait to wash it. And the last thing you want to do is wash your jelly roll strips. Do not do that. Do not do that. You will end up with a jumbled mess. I'm telling you now, if you've never worked with jelly roll strips, do not pre-wash them because you will end up with a jumbled mess. Linda says, that's why I got the fat quarter before I lose too many. LOL. That's okay, Linda. If you really lose all of your thimbles, we can give them back to you. Lucas doesn't look like he's here this morning, but I can do that after the stream if it comes down to it. All right. Gazelle reminding everybody to tickle that like button. Thank you, Gazelle, for that reminder. If you haven't already, please click that like button for me real quick. It costs you nothing, but it helps out the channel tremendously. We've gotten a bunch of new subscribers recently, and I fully believe that it is because of your guys' interaction with the channel, both within chat and doing the like button and leaving comments. That all helps put me into the algorithm, which helps us meet new friends, which is what this channel is all about. Hanging out with friends. And, maybe making something pretty in the process. Who knows? Sometimes. Jelly roll strips in dark colors keep in plastic and you will not have threads everywhere. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. For sure. It's very, 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 very rare that I pre-wash a fabric. But when I do have to pre-wash it for any reason, I actually have one of those laundry bags that you would normally put like delicates in. I put it in the laundry bag so then that way it's not all over the washing machine. It kind of stays in one place. And I usually use just an entire box of color catchers. Just so many of them. The only colors that I really pre-wash in a pre-cut, which again, it's very, very rare that I will do it, would be a red, because I know the red bleeds quite a bit. That's a good idea. Schlick Stitches says she wears an apron when she's working with Jelly Roll strips, because then that way she's not covered in the lint from them. That's a great idea. I never thought to do that. You know, I have, you guys have seen me pull it out before. If you've been a watcher of the channel, I have a lint roller that I pull out and just kind of roll myself in it. Yeah, I have a lint roller that I use quite a bit. Susan says it was the algorithm that she found me. Well, Susan, I love hearing that. I appreciate you letting me know that, because that really makes me feel good about the fact that, you know, that what we're doing, what you guys are doing and what we're doing is helping out. And I really appreciate the fact that you found me and that you subscribed and that you keep hanging out with me. I appreciate that, and I'm glad to hear that. It's kind of fun to hear the stories about how people find our channel. A lot of it has been through Cotton Cuts, because I'm a huge Cotton Cut supporter. Not an ambassador, just a huge supporter. I love their product. I love their company. So we do a lot of Cotton Cuts projects, but we do other ones as well, because I know Cotton Cuts is not necessarily in the budget for everyone. So that's why I try and introduce other ones that are just normal, everyday projects. I do a lot with pre-cuts, because I prefer a pre-cut, because I am not good at picking out fabric colors. I'm just not good at it. Coordinating fabrics, I'm not good at it. A pre-cut allows me to do that without having to think. So I do a lot. Oh my gosh, hi Betty. Gosh, it's been forever since I've seen you. I hope you're well. Welcome to the channel. She was joining in on the giveaway. Good luck to you. Just a reminder to all of our new subscribers that are watching, if you are Facebook or, oh my goodness, if you're on Facebook or Instagram, we do have those on both of those platforms. We do have accounts on both of those platforms that you can follow us on, especially the Facebook one. I am a lot more active on the Facebook, on the Facebook, oh my god, how old am I? On Facebook than on Instagram. I'm still kind of learning the Instagram thing. So if you're interested, you can do ! links in chat. It'll give you a link to our Facebook and our Instagram. If you're watching this after the stream and it's a replay, you can just go into the description and scroll all the way down to the bottom, and there are links down there for you as well. So Gazella had to take off, no problem. Susan has to take off as well. No problem, Susan, we understand. We appreciate you hanging out with us. Yes, Terry, I do remember MySpace. I liked MySpace. I thought that one was a good one, because you got a little bit more, you got to be a little bit more personal with it. Oh, you're still here. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Schlick Stitches says, I love to put the fabric colors together. I will pick the busiest fabric and pull colors out from there. Oh, well, you and I need to be friends, because I am terrible with matching up colors like that. Like, I mean, I can do it a little bit sometimes, but for the most part, I'm not that creative, and I kind of need the pre-cut inspiration. See, Classmates. Terry, I did not get involved with Classmates. There was one called 6 Degrees. It was supposed to be like 6 degrees of separation. It was a social one, social platform for a little while. It basically like just told you how to connect up with people that were, you know, more than 6 degrees connected to you. That one didn't last for very long, but I do remember that one. I remember of Classmates, but I was never part of that one. There's just been so many, like, I have been, like, digging my heels in, and I have not joined X X, which was formerly Twitter. I've not joined it. I'm digging my heels in. I'm saying enough with all the social media platforms, at least for right now. Facebook and Instagram is about as far as I can go. I've been thinking about TikTok, but it looks a little intimidating to me, to be honest. I'm not that creative when it comes to that kind of stuff. So I've just kind of kept to Facebook and Instagram. Connecting is not always a good thing. 100%, yeah. 100%. All right. So like I mentioned, we're going to iron up these fat quarters, get those cut up, and then we will focus on our yardage here. We only need a yard of fabric, so I know that I have way more here than I need, but I'm going to go ahead and just iron it all up anyway and starch it up. That way it's ready to go for the next project. And I put a little note on it when I put it back in my stash. I just put a little note that says starched, so I know. Because who knows how long it'll be before I get back to it, and by then I might starch it again. So I like to leave myself little love notes on things, because otherwise I forget. Does anybody else do that? Do you leave yourself love notes? I used to, before there was like instant messenger and like email was a thing, but it wasn't really a thing. I used to leave myself voicemails at work. I used to call myself and leave myself a voicemail. And then the next morning when I'd go in the office, I'd see the little voicemail light on my phone, and I'm like, oh, who called me this early? And then I'd answer, I'd listen to the voicemail, and it's my own voice. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about this. See, and that's why I do it. Yeah, it's like, forget to do things. And so I'd leave myself little voicemails. Now I leave myself emails. I send myself an email. I do that every once in a while now. Because that's faster, but that was the thing. To remind me of things. Yep, exactly. Yep. Terry says, okay, sorry, I have to go. My goodness, everybody's dropping like flies today. That's okay. No problem. We understand. We appreciate you hanging out with Terry. Thanks so much for being here. We really appreciate it. And of course, now all the moderators have left the station. So, of course, now is when we're going to get the trolls. That's what's going to happen now, because it never fails. They always show up when all my moderators are gone. That's all right, though. We'll beat them. It's all right. No problem, Terry. It's not a problem. Not a problem at all. Gazelle says, Danny, I can be a troll. No problem. He says, I promise I won't troll you. Well, I appreciate that, guys. I really do. You know what? I gotta give those trolls credit, though, because they really go through a lot of work to get here. They really do. Alright, so we've gone ahead and we've ironed that up, and of course now I got starch all over the floor. I'm going to have to mop the floor later. That's alright, it's fine. So much easier to mop these floors than it was the other ones, that's for sure. Alright, let me put that away for just a minute. Promise I won't troll you. No problem. It's okay. Alright, let's see what we got to do here. Now, this is not my pattern, so I can't give you guys the full instructions. Although sometimes I let them slip accidentally. It's not my fault. I try not to. But it looks like we're going to need to cut each fat quarter into 4 strips. And then pre-cut those strips into pieces. So we're going to go ahead and do that. I think I'm going to work with a couple of fat quarters at a time. Normally I can work with 2 or 3. I don't like to work with too many at a time though, because sometimes they have a tendency to get all wonky on me. And it looks like these fat quarters are not all the same size. So I'm going to need to make sure that they're at least 22 inches long, because that's what size we need. Let's see. This mat is 22 inches. This might not work, guys. Let's see. Let's see what we got. I'll grab a couple of them. Probably do 4 at a time. Let's grab 4 at a time. Layer them up together, one on top of the other. I've got all my salvages on one end. Lining up all the edges, bottom edges together so that everything kind of lays straight-ish. There we go. Go. Joyce C. Oh, morning, Mom. Good morning. Welcome to the channel, Joyce Contos. That is Mama Joyce. Thanks for joining us this morning. She texted me this morning. She says, "What new project are you working on? Is that the one I'm supposed to be helping with?" No, Mom. That's not it. That's next time. That's the next one. Alright, now I'm going to fold these in half because my cutting space is kind of small. Alright. Line the fold up on a line so that we get it nice and straight. There we go. Alright, now we're going to be cutting. Alright. Got my ruler here. We need to cut these at strips. So, trying to find the edge here. There. Let me make sure that I'm going to have enough of this. Here, guys, give me just a second. I want to, because it says that these need to be 22 inches, but some of these are short. Some of these are almost an inch shorter than the 22 inches. So, I want to make sure that I can get what I need out of this. So there's 1. 2. 3. 4. Boy, am I glad I thought of this again here, guys. Wow, we almost cut these up wrong. Because I needed them the long way. It just dawned on me we need them the long way. So, whoo, that would have been bad. That would have been bad. I'm sure one of you probably pointed it out in chat and I missed it. But yeah, we needed to cut them up this way because we need them the 22-inch length. So, let's slide these back over. Mom says she's taking a break from her dining room chairs and she thought she'd pop in and say hello. Well, we appreciate you being here, Mom. Thanks for that. My mom is redoing her, she's reupholstering her dining room chairs. And so that's a project she's been working on. I think she said she was going to post a picture of them on our Facebook group so everybody could see them. I don't think she has yet. And then Sherlock Cheryl was working on a panel. She was framing it so that she could use it as a decoration in her hallway and in her window for Halloween. She posted a picture of that on our Facebook group just the other day, so that was really cool. Well, hopefully this is going to be long enough because, let me see, that's 12... 14, 15, 18, 19 and a half. Oh, it should be long enough. It should be just long enough. Whew. All right. Let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to need to cut these strips a certain length, which I'm not telling you the length. I'm not telling you. It's a secret. You won't know. So we're going to be cutting those. I've got 4 fat quarters here, which is 8 layers. It's a little on the thick side. That's actually making me a little bit nervous. So I think I'm going to take 2 layers off. I don't like to cut too many layers at a time. Some people are comfortable cutting that many layers. I am not comfortable cutting that many layers, so I'm going to take 2 of them off and only do 4 layers at a time. Folded here. Make sure that everything is laying straight, nice and flat, straight. Perfect. Line the fold up on the line. I'm going to overhang this cutting line just a little bit to get off all that salvage edge there. Mom wants to know what a stripology ruler is. Mom, a stripology ruler is awesome. I can't use it for this project, but I do have one. It's over there in the corner. Basically, a stripology ruler is a big ruler, and it's got a bunch of lines in it, and it allows you to cut up the strips a lot faster than the way I'm doing it now. I have one, and I do use it when we're doing like 2.5-inch strips, a lot of 2.5-inch strips or 3/4-inch strips, things like that. This particular project, the stripology ruler I have is 1/2-inch increments, and I need 1/4-inch increments for this particular project, so that is not going to work for me. I'm not going to be able to use it, so I have to use a regular ruler. But I can show you what it looks like. It's really cool. It's one big square ruler, and it's got a bunch of lines in it, and it's in either 1/2-inch or 1/4-inch increments, and it just allows you to be able to cut multiple strips at one time without having to keep moving the ruler over. Strong. I'm a huge advocate for it. I have one. I do use it. It's a little bit big for my cutting space here, but I use it a lot in my kitchen when I'm doing really big projects. Great question, though. All right, first cut. Here we go. Deep breath. I've measured twice. Here we go. It feels like I might actually need a new blade in here too, but all right. So we're going to do the next one now. Measure twice. Cut once. Two. Now I am only using the lines on my mat to give me a straight line. I'm not using it for measuring. I'm going to use my ruler for measuring because sometimes the measurements between the mat and the ruler can be slightly off. It doesn't matter necessarily which one you use in your project. You just want to be consistent. So if you're going to be using the lines on your ruler to measure, or the lines on your mat to measure, then always use the lines on your mat to measure. So then that way your cuts are always accurate. If you're going to use your ruler, then always use your ruler. It's just, it doesn't matter which one you use, but just be consistent. Because then that will ensure that your pieces are cut the way you need them to be. Three. Four. Now the directions say to cut 4 of them, which we've done already, and these pieces are all the same pattern. So instead of having 2 chunks of fabric that are smaller, I'm going to go ahead and cut 2 more strips out of this piece here, and then that way I only need to cut 2 strips out of the rest of them. And I just flipped this over so I can clean up the edge here. There we go. Go. Little bin here, garbage bin there. La 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 la. La, 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 la. Just checking to make sure I'm not missing anything in chat. Usually when I start cutting fabric, I get a little focus on cutting and forget to check chat. As a reminder to those of you who are just joining us, we are doing a giveaway today. We are giving away a leftover Oops kit from one of our old PMQs. It is 6 1/8 yard cuts of fabric in a coordinating fabric. It is the Kaleidoscope fabric line by Michael Miller. It's one of my favorites. It's absolutely beautiful. You know, I said I was going to cut it out of the strip, but I don't think that I am. I think I'm going to leave it. All right, now we need to, so that was our pre-cut. Now we need to subcut these. 6" and 2 3/4. Okay. Let's go ahead and line that up. So you can do exclamation point giveaway in chat. It'll give you a notice that you've received a ticket. And then you do have to be present to win. We'll announce the winner towards the end of the stream. Probably pretty close. Let me check and see how much time is left because we should be pretty close. Let's see. We have about 30 minutes left. So 35 minutes left until it locks out. There's 26 people in there already. So good luck to you. Do exclamation point giveaway in chat. It will, and then you'll receive a message in the chat from Streamlabs that tells you you've been given a ticket. I need 2 of these. And then 2 of these. Ooh, it's gonna be close. All right. Got these 2 smaller pieces, bigger piece, and then this one needs to be spun around and recut. There was some salvage there on the end, so I gave myself extra space. And now I'm just cleaning that up. I'm throwing that in there. All right. Got that pieces and these pieces. You can actually do a couple more of these at a time because they layer up pretty nice. So we're going to go ahead and line these up on the line. So again, I'm just using my mat as a straight line. I'm not measuring from it. I'm just using it as a guide. Layering up my pieces one on top of the other. I can actually cut multiple of these, so I'm going to go ahead and layer them right up next to each other. Like that. There we go. Alright. Did you know that you can sharpen your blades with some tinfoil? I have heard that, yes. I don't sharpen my rotary blades with the tinfoil, but I have heard that you can do that. I do sharpen my my seam ripper with aluminum foil, and I will sharpen up pins and things if I need to. But I don't usually sharpen up my rotary blades. I buy the really cheap ones from Amazon. You get like a pack of 50 of them for like $15 or something. So I know that they're not going to last me very long. I don't expect them to last me very long. But I'm constantly rotating them out every few times. And then I have a sharps bin, like a medical that you would see in like a doctor's office. I have a plastic bin that I purchased on Amazon for my sharps, and I put them all in there for safety disposal. Gazelle says now she has to go. No problem, Gazelle. We understand. We appreciate you guys hanging out with us today. Thanks so much for hanging out with us, having a good time. All right, so I need to go this way. This way. Go. Trying to figure out where my line is. There's my line. There we go. So, one. Alright. Separate those. Gives me a nice little line. Here's my second one. Two. And now I'm going to do the other one that I need to cut. Oops. Here. Nice music today. It's kind of boppy. I like it. I like the boppy music. Keeps your energy levels up. One. Slide this down. One more. Okay, so then these are my scraps. Go there. These are my smaller pieces. These are my bigger pieces. These need to be trimmed, so I spin them around. Lay them on the line. Six-inch. Trim off the edges. There we go. Alright, that can all go in the garbage. Alright, there we go. Those are done. We can start on the next set. Go. Okay. These are scraps, so I'm going to set those down here. Here's my two different sizes that I need of our colored pieces. And here's our scrap pieces. These pieces are large enough that we could use them as leaders and enders if we needed to. I don't really use leaders and enders for anything. But they are over an inch. They are over an inch. So I'm going to actually leave those in my scrap bin. I will usually keep anything that's over an inch as part of the scraps. Because I know some people can do things with those. So I will usually hang on to those. As long as it's over an inch. What is everybody else working on today? I know you guys are kind of watching me cut fabric here for a little bit, so I do apologize for that. But what is everybody else working on today? Like, Sundays have always been crafting day, or hobby day, I guess you will, at our house. We've always encouraged our kids to participate in a hobby. We've always encouraged them to try to do that on Sundays if they can. That one's really short. I'm gonna go this way. Sorry, I had to think about it in my head there for a second. I'm like, wait, what am I doing? What got me into quilting? Just that's an excellent question. So I've always loved sewing. Sewing with a sewing machine has always been a passion of mine since I was in third grade. I probably knew about them before then, but third grade is really when I kind of started to pay attention to them. My grandma was She wasn't necessarily a quilter or a crafter. She was a hemmer. she was a hemmer. She would hem her clothes. She was very short, so all of the pants, she always had to take her pants in and her shirts in and things like that. So she would pull her sewing machine out and fix buttons and fix holes and add buttons to things and things like that. And I was just always fascinated with the machine itself and how it worked, and the fact that you could take these pieces of fabric and put them together and make things. She used to make clothes for my Barbie dolls out of some of the scrap fabric that she had from old clothing, things like that. So it was just always kind of fun. I have a lot of little blankets from her, for my Barbies and things. So that's kind of where it started. Was in third grade, and I precisely know exactly why it was in third grade, because I remember which teachers I had and things like that. And then I'd sit next to her on the machine, and we'd talk and we'd chat, and she'd tell me what she was doing and how she was making things and things like that. But I didn't actually sit behind the machine myself. I was too little then, you could hurt yourself. And that was way before, you had all these safety features, things with fingers and things like that. So, 5th grade, she taught me how to crochet. And that's also when I started to do cross stitching. I started doing cross stitching in 3rd grade as well. I remember I had a plastic needle. It was a plastic needle that I would use for cross stitching, and it was this Cabbage Patch doll pattern. Unfortunately, I don't have it anymore. I wish I had kept it, but I didn't, because you don't think of those things when you're a kid. But it was so that's kind of where the needle point and the sewing and the crafting kind of came about. And then 6th grade, we entered our home economics class. I don't know if you guys know what that is. Sewing, cooking, and just household maintenance. Was when we had that. That was in 6th grade for me, and that's when I actually got to sit behind a sewing machine myself and learn how to use it, how it works, how it functions, not just watching grandma do it. And I really enjoyed it. I loved creating things from fabric. I loved creating new things. My mom was a crafter. My mom's a crafter. She's been a crafter for a very long time. She did some sewing on the sewing machine, but I have to be honest and say I don't remember a lot of sewing on the sewing machine. I remember a lot more of like the hot glue and the hand sewing things from her. She did have a sewing machine. She did use it, but I don't remember a whole lot of it, at least not from when I was really little. As I got to be older, my mom started doing more and more crafts with the sewing machine, and that's kind of where the sewing machine came from and adapted from there. But basically since 6th grade, I fell in love with working behind a sewing machine, and I've tried to find ways to do that ever since. I started out like most people. I started out in apparel sewing. I didn't really enjoy it that much. Oh, Fern, she ran another fat quarter. That's awesome, Fern. I'll make sure to get that into you. Thanks so much for redeeming that. Congratulations. That'll be 3 of them that I've got for you now, so I'll have that for you. Hi, Lucy. Welcome back to the channel. It has been a hot minute since we've seen you. Welcome back. Thanks so much for being here. We really appreciate that. Hi, Joanna. Hello. I think I can't say that I've ever seen your name before, so welcome for that. Welcome to that. Yes, my mom says Halloween costumes mostly when I was a kid. Yeah, she did make a lot of my Halloween costumes when I was younger. Really, really young, but I just don't remember. I don't remember you making them. That's the thing that I say. I mean, I know you did stuff. I just don't remember seeing you do it. It was probably when I was asleep or during, when I was taking naps or whatever, but I just don't remember it when I was a kid. I remember it a lot more when I was in junior high and even a little bit into high school. I remember you pulling the machine out and using it a lot more then. So I started with apparel sewing. I loved the sewing machine part of it, but I didn't love all the rest of it. The patterns and the cutting and the pinning and the measuring, and it was not my favorite. So a few years ago, I think it's been 5 or 6 years ago, I came across a channel on YouTube for a woman that was quilting. And that's, quilting to me, I mean, I knew that quilting existed. I guess I just didn't realize the extent that it existed too. The pieces, the designs, the beautiful patterns that you could make from it. I just, to me, quilting was just putting square blocks together of random pieces and making a blanket for your family. It didn't register in my brain that what it was. Oh, Marie was redeemed a free random notion. Congratulations, Marie. Thanks for that. We'll get that in the mail to you. But it didn't register to me until I watched a YouTuber that you may know. So Becca, have you seen her? Do you know who she is? I caught her video somehow. I don't even know how it showed up on my channel, on my feed for YouTube, but it did. And I started watching her, and she was in her old quilting studio. She wasn't in the studio she's in now. She was in her basement. She was making something, and she had pre-cuts. She was using pre-cuts, and she was making this beautiful star pattern. And I was like, well, hell, I can do that. I can put that together. That's more sewing than it is the cutting and the measuring and the constant fitting and things like that. So I'm like, well, I could do that. That would put me behind the machine more. Little did I know, right? But it would put me behind the machine more. So that's how I started. So I bought a bunch of pre-cut. I bought a jelly roll and a couple of charm squares, I think. And I had this pattern that I was going to make online that I had found online through Fat Quarter Shop. That's when I had found other YouTube content creators that were doing this, and that's how I found the Fat Quarter Shop. And so I found a pattern that I really liked through them. So I started making that. I bought the jelly roll, and I made that. And my very, very first project was a lap quilt that I made, and I did the whole thing. I did the top. I sandwiched the pieces together. I quilted the thing on my little bitty machine, and I did the binding. I did the whole thing. I was so proud of myself, but it was this little bitty lap quilt, and I ended up giving that to my neighbor across the street because she was wheelchair bound, and I thought that's perfect for her to sit in her wheelchair. She can cover her legs with it. I thought it was perfect. So that was my very first quilted project. It was about 5 years ago. Then my dad passed away, and when my dad passed away, I kind of lost myself. For a while, for a long time, almost 2 years, I think. I kind of lost myself. Everything that had given me joy before was not giving me joy now, at that time. And so I was just avoiding everything. And sitting in front of this sewing machine, you guys know yourself that sitting in front of the sewing machine is a therapy. It's a type of therapy. It kind of, hi Valerie, wow, welcome to the show. So great to see you. I know, one of these days, I will get back to what I was doing here in just a second. Somebody asked me a question, and now I'm going to go off on a tangent. Marie, one word for fat quarter, hon. Fat quarter, one word, and that's the command for that, so you can redeem your fat quarter. Where was I at? Oh, yes. So, machine is therapy. You guys know this. I know this a lot. With my dad, I tried to come in front of this machine. I tried to sit in front of the machine to make a small project after my dad died, and I broke down in tears. Not necessarily because anything that I was doing with the machine or anything that was frustrating me with the project, but it was a matter of I had time to get into my own head. And the grief set in again, and that actually made me fearful of the machine. There you go. Congratulations on redeeming that. I'll get that out to you. Lots of redemptions today. That's awesome. We'll get those out to you. Awesome. Oh, free fat quarter. Yep. Fantastic. So it kind of, I was terrified to sit in front of the machine because I didn't want to own up to those feelings. I didn't want to acknowledge them yet. So I kind of put the machine away. I tucked it into the cabinet, and I didn't come into it for a while. And then my girlfriend, my friend of mine, she needed me to do a project for her. She needed me to make a t-shirt quilt for her mom. It was a birthday gift or something, and she said, I need your help with this. I need to help with this. And I said, okay, yeah, I can do that. And I put it off for a while because I knew it was going to require me to come behind this machine, and I really didn't want to do that. But I did. I forced myself to do it. I came in here and I forced myself to come behind the machine. And it was that project that really saved me and saved this hobby for me. It forced me to come back behind the machine. It forced me to work through the grief that I had from the loss of my dad and my grandma and our family pet. That all just kind of bottled up inside. And this really helped me get through that. And then, so I'm telling you my whole life story here right now. This is what happens when you ask these silly questions. It's fine that you ask them though, but this is what happens because I go off on tangents. So I came back, I started the machine. I'm still watching Sobeka. I love her. I've been watching Donna Jordan. I love her. I love, Kimberly from Fat Quarter Shop. I love her. I found Dawn from my quilt projects. I loved watching her. Ian Garland, I started watching him. That's also how I found Sean from The Guy Who Sews. I started following all of them on YouTube, and one day I decided that, you know what, I'm already talking to myself in this room by myself. I might as well start talking to people so that I don't look completely crazy, you know? So I decided to record a video and post it up on my channel, and you guys can still see it. It is there. My very first video on the channel. It's awful. It's awful, but it's there. I probably will never take it down. But I decided to record a video, and I thought, well, what the hell? I'll try it. We'll see how it goes. If nobody watches it, then I'll never do it again, but at least I'll try it. And so that's kind of how my sewing and YouTube journey came to be. And that was 2 years ago. My very first video was almost 2 years ago, a little over 2 years ago. And I have loved it ever since. I have loved it ever since. I love learning about the techniques, and I didn't know a lot about quilting when I started. And if you guys watch the beginning videos, well, good. I'm glad I'm helping you. Yeah, I hope it does resonate with some people. But, you know, I've learned so much over the years, and that's why the name of the channel is what it is because I am not an expert at this stuff. I'm not. I may have a little bit of experience, but I'm definitely not an expert. If you guys are looking for an expert, look into chat, because that's where the experts are. They are in chat with me, and they are helping me get through this. They help me learn how to do these things. All these tools and tricks and things that I know now is all because of them, not because of me. These are not things that I've come up with by any stretch of the imagination. These are all things that I've learned from them. So, and I just wanted to kind of pay that forward with this channel. Is whatever I've learned, I want to share with you guys. So hopefully it will help you learn. And if you guys are teaching me as well, it's a kind of that give and take kind of thing. And I love hanging out with you guys. I really don't have a quilt group here locally to my space. And I told you guys I just found a local quilt store just down the street from me, which I didn't even know existed before. The other one that I knew about was 40 minutes away. So this is a great time for me to spend time with you guys. Jean, good morning. Thanks so much for joining us. Happy Sunday morning to you. Welcome to the channel. Excuse me. Lots of new names and faces today. That is awesome. I'm glad. And so now you got to hear my story on top of it because somebody asked. And I'm happy to tell it. I'm happy to share it with you. Hopefully it resonates with somebody. And it makes somebody else, hopefully it helps somebody else as well. So, all right, let's get back to our project now. I have to remember what I'm doing. Okay, 4 strips. Yeah. Let me just triple check and make sure that I'm doing this right here, guys. Yep. Because I don't have any extras of this particular fabric, so I got to be very careful cutting it to make sure that I'm not screwing it up, because I don't have any extras of this. All right. There's 1. I need 4 of these. Just a reminder to everybody that's joining us, if you could go ahead and hit that thumbs up button for me. Just tickle that like button. It really enjoys it, and so do I. It really helps out the channel in more ways than you guys know. I love meeting new friends and hanging out with new people. So that really helps put our channel in front of new folks so that we can all have a great time together. All right. Oops. We're getting there. This is what happens when you let me go off on tangents. I get distracted. I get very easily distracted. Okay, so these 3 are okay. I gotta recut this 4th one. We are doing a giveaway today as well. I don't do giveaways a lot, but I do them on occasion. I've moved into this new quilting room. It's gorgeous, as you guys can tell. It's absolutely wonderful. I love it. But I recently moved into this room from another room in the home. And so I'm going through my stash and all of my storage bins and storage drawers and everything. And I'm finding pieces that I no longer need for projects that have been completed for a while. And I wish I had more time to work on with scraps and things, but I just don't have that kind of time right now. And I'd much rather give those pieces away to someone that will use them. Instead of them sitting in a drawer somewhere for gosh only knows how long. Until I can get to them. So that is what we are doing today. We are giving away an Oops kit from a previous Cotton Cuts PMQ. I think it was the second to last one that we worked on. I'm trying to remember the name of it. It was Piazza. I know that. It was the Piazza one, but I'm trying to remember the colorway. The name of the colorway. I'm sure I could look it up. But right now it's escaping me. Let me grab this too. Hang on. I'm lining up my fabrics right now so that we can do our subcuts. Mom wants to know what a thumbs up is. Mom, that is it's a like button on the YouTube. Kind of like the like button on Facebook or TikTok, the heart on TikTok, if you will. And basically what it does is, YouTube is doing a bunch of calculations in the background. And one of the things that it's looking at is it's looking at how many people are watching the video and how many people like it. And then there's a percentage calculation that it does, and then it puts it, depending on the percentage of the video, it will put the video in front of other people. Plus what it's doing is every time you like a video, there's a calculation that's going on in the background for YouTube, and it's saying, oh, okay, she likes these types of videos. So the next time she comes on, I'm going to give her suggestions on other types of videos that she might like, on other videos of the same type that she might like. So that's the other reason that the thumbs button is kind of important. Not only does it tell me that you guys enjoy my content, but it also tells other people, and it tells YouTube as well. So then that way we can get some more friends in here and meet more people. So there is a like and a dislike button, and I have gotten dislikes on some of my videos before, and you know what? I appreciate those as well. I truly do, because because people are being honest and they're telling me this really isn't content for me, and that's okay. That's perfectly okay, and I appreciate that feedback, and I really utilize that in upcoming videos. So the likes and viewers are matching up. Yay! Oh, that's Marie. That's awesome. It's very rare that happens, so that's great. For instance, I'm watching on my phone and my TV. It allows me to like twice. Oh, you guys are so sweet. Where is the button on the screen? Mom, if you're on your phone, you've got to turn chat off. You got to slide the chat box down, and then there's a button there that'll show it to you. And then you just slide the comment. There's a little box in there that'll say comments. And you slide that over to the left, and then you'll get the chat again. You just click on it again. Otherwise, you can wait until after the video is done, and you can do it then as well. If you're on your phone. If you're watching on your TV, sometimes it doesn't show up on your TV. For some people it does, some people it doesn't. For me on my TV, I think it's like an arrow. I think I push down on my little circle for my Fire TV. I think I have to push down on it, and that's when this like screen pops up on the bottom, and then I go over to the thumbs up button. That's how I get to that. So let's do this. The giveaway should be just about set. I think there's only a few minutes left. So if you guys haven't already, make sure you enter that. You need to be in the US or Canada, and you must be present to win, because you have to be able to claim your prize here, and you're going to need to give me a mailing address. So if you're not comfortable sharing your mailing address with me, well, then I can't get you your prize. So there's that. My moderators and family members are also allowed to enter to win. I have no say in who wins. The computer picks it randomly. I have no say in it, but everybody is available to, as long as you are a subscriber to the channel, you are eligible for the prize. I'm pretty sure, yeah. One more. I think one of these days I need to go over by my mom's house and give her a little bit of a YouTube tutorial. Help her out a little bit. But I'm happy to answer those questions here live, Mom, because you know what? Maybe other people don't know either. So I'm happy to answer them. All right. Grab that off. So I've got these here are my smaller pieces. This one is my bigger one. These need to be flipped around so I can clean them up. Denise says, I'm still here. Came back to the sewing room to find a missing pattern, LOL. So now I'm cleaning up and listening. No problem, Denise. We understand. When the winner is announced, all you need to do to claim your prize is just say thank you or hello or just an acknowledgement in chat that you know that you're the winner. That's really the only acknowledgement you don't need to necessarily be active in chat the whole time. You just need to be able to claim your prize. Let me check and see how much time is left. Give me just a second. There we go, there's that. Let me grab my mouse. It's still reminding people, so there's got to be, yeah, it says less than 5 minutes. So, less than 5 minutes. Oops, I forgot to look. Where did my mouse go? There it is. Currently, there are 29 people in there. So, less than 5 minutes to join, and then we'll go ahead and we'll pull a winner. And if that winner doesn't claim their prize within 5 minutes, well, it's usually 2 or 3 minutes. Then we will pull another winner, and we'll keep pulling until somebody claims their prize. It's just how we roll. And then once you have claimed your prize, once you've answered me in chat and claimed your prize, then you'll need to email me with your mailing address, and I will get it in the mail to you. All right, let's see. Linda says, I'm here too. Well, that's good, Linda. Thought I missed a note. Guess not. Thought I saw something. Lots of thimble redemptions today, which is awesome. I love to see that. Love to see it when you guys do that. So, I mail those out once a month. So if I've actually got a couple of them ready to go in the mail, so now I've got a few more, which is fine. So if you guys are interested in getting your thimble redemptions this month, you can do that now. I'll get them out hopefully this week. And then you never lose your thimbles. They are always there. They will just roll over. It's just an opportunity for you to redeem them because I mail them out once a month. You're able to redeem them the whole month long. I just mail them once a month. So if you just don't want to wait very long for your random fat quarter or random notion or whatever the prize is that you're redeeming. Measure twice, cut once, right? Lucy wants to know, are all the kids back at school? Yes and no. I have twin daughters. They're seniors in college this year. They are both back in school. Tony is the only one that came home for the summer. Taylor actually lives full-time in an apartment on campus. So she didn't come home for the summer. But she did come home for the weekend. She's actually home for the weekend. She's not here right now. She went to go visit her boyfriend. He lives down in the city. So she went to go visit him. But she'll be back later today, so I get to spend some time with her today. And then we have Mr. Wizard has twins. I know, 2 sets of twins, right? Mr. Wizard's twins are 22, going to be 23, I think. They graduated, obviously, a couple years ago. They're the same age as Lucas. They graduated a couple years ago now. Last year, 2 years ago. Two years ago, I think now. They are, one of them just graduated, just got her certificate yesterday, Friday, as a matter of fact. She got her certificate. She got her master's from the University of Chicago, which is just huge. She did her master's program in 1 year. She did it in 1 year. It was crazy amount of work. So she got her master's on Friday, so congratulations to her. And then the other twin moved down to Florida after graduation. She lives down there. She's doing great down there. She's got a full-time job. She's having a great time. And then our youngest, Mr. Wizard's youngest daughter, my youngest stepdaughter, was at the University of Kentucky, but it didn't really seem like it was going to work out for her very well. So she came back home, and she's going to be taking some local classes here at home for a little while. Not home with us, home with her mom. She's going to take some local classes at home for a little while, and then maybe think about going back to another university at another time. So I don't think she has started her classes yet. I know that my two have started theirs. So we have 3 in college, 2 who have graduated, and a partridge in a pear tree. No, I'm just kidding. So, yes, the kids have all gone back to school, but one of them did come home for the weekend. So they don't usually stay away for too long. And I'm not sure if Tony will be home for Labor Day weekend or not. She may be going off with her friends. Her friend's family has a campground, so she might spend the weekend with them, which is fine. But I'm sure she'll be home again for something. This one, lots of scraps, which is cool because I really like these fabrics, so we'll find something to use them for. Lucy wants to know, do we still do family breakfast? Yes, Lucy, we do. In fact, next weekend, I'm glad you brought that up because that's an excellent point. Next weekend is the first Sunday of the month, so we will be doing family breakfast. We will be resuming our family breakfasts for the year. We do it while the kids are in school. Just so they can kind of get a little taste of home. And so we'll be doing that again next week. So next week's live stream will start a half an hour late. So all you early birds that are there super early, you're going to have to wait an extra half an hour. So thanks for that. Is Florida twin in Orlando? That's where I am. Jean, yes, she is. She is in the Orlando area. Yes, she is. I don't know exactly where, and I wouldn't give out her exact location, but yes, that is exactly where she is at. She's in the Orlando area. Her boyfriend / domestic partner, his family lives in the Orlando area, and so she moved down there with them. She loves it down there. She's having a great time. She's growing a little garden. She's all proud of her little garden, but she's doing fantastic down there. She's having a great time. We're really proud of all of our kids. No matter what journey they decided to go on, we're proud of all of them. But yes, she is in that area. Oh, thank you. Yes, I'm really excited about it. I'm really loving these colors. I'm not normally, this excited about these fabrics, but I too am going to really like these fabrics and these colors. I had bought these fat quarter bundles through, I want to say it was Missouri Star Quilt Company when they did their fat quarter sale over Christmas time. I had bought these because I really like the colors, because I love bright, bold colors. So I was really excited about it. And then when I came up with this project, and I actually had that background in my stash for something else. I don't even know what it was for now. So I thought, oh, this will work out perfect. So yeah, I think it's going to look great. I'm really excited to see what it looks like. It'll come together over the channel over the next few months. I do not run the same, for those of you who are new to the channel and don't know how we do things around here. I do not run the same project every week. We rotate projects out. I have 5 or 6 of them going at a time. So every week we work on a different project. They come back, so we're constantly working on them throughout, but they kind of get in a rotation. So you'll see this one again soon, next month probably, or the month afterward. So it'll be back, but just not next week. Next week we'll be working on something different. What are we working on next week? I think we're working on our project Resilient next week. I could be wrong. I always have 4 or 5 projects going at a time because I don't know about you guys, but I get bored really easily. Like, super easily, I get bored. So that's why I like to have a lot of things going at one time. And like I said, they're constantly in a rotation. I have a playlist on our channel. When we're done here, you can go back to our channel page. There's a playlist there. It's the very first one that says all the projects that we're working on. And it's a list of all of our current projects. And the playlist for each one. So you can watch them in any order you choose. I will admit there are a lot of cotton cuts projects right now. There's just a lot of them. I don't normally have this many cotton cuts projects going at one time. And I'm not a sponsor or an ambassador for cotton cuts. I just really like their stuff. That's all. I just really like it. Have I done a test pattern? I have not done a test pattern. No one's ever asked me to do a test pattern. I probably could do one. And I probably wouldn't mind doing one if one of my content creator friends created one and wanted me to test it out for them. I'd be happy to. We could talk about that. They could email me and we could discuss it some more. But no, I have not done one, no. I know Becca does them. She creates her own patterns and things like that sometimes. But no, I have not done one yet. No one's asked. Looking to see here. Did you guys see the note for it looked like cotton candy. Yeah, you're right. They do. I think our giveaway is up, isn't it? Where's my mouse? I think our giveaway is up. Let me think. Did you guys see the note for it? I might have missed it. Nope, 30 seconds. It says resume entries. Oh no, it does say closed. Okay. It does say closed. So let's see. There were 30 entries. Oh, here we go. Pick a winner. All right, are we ready to pick our winner? Are we ready to pick our winner? Let's pick a winner. Let's ready. Are you ready? Here we go. Let's see who wins. Congratulations, Linda! You are the winner of our fabric giveaway today. All I need you to do is give me a message in chat to let me know that you are still here. There you are. It was that simple. There you go. You have officially become the winner for this one. And Linda, I'm pretty sure I have your address on file already. But if you could email me with it just to be 100% sure, so then that way... Oh, you said you sent it one for Fat Quarter already. Well, there you go. That was simple enough. And thanks for that reminder. For anyone that has redeemed a Fat Quarter today, please make sure you send me an email with your mailing address. Some of them I have on file and some of them I do not. So please make sure that you do. You send it to me just to be on the safe side. You can do !email in chat and I'll give you a list. I'll give you my email address and you can email it over to me. So congratulations, Linda, on winning that. That will be out in the mail to you along with your Fat Quarter that you have redeemed for today. So really excited. Who knows if I'm going to have more or not? Because, like I said, I'm going through bins. I'm going through boxes. I'm giving away scraps to a bunch of people that are on my scrap list. So if you guys are interested in scraps and getting just random packages with scraps in them, send me an email. Let me know. Give me your mailing address. Tell me, Danny, I want to be added to your scrap list. And then every time I have scraps, I try and divvy them up amongst all my scrappers, and I send them out. So if you want to be on my scrap list, if you're not already, please send me an email and just say, please add me to your scrap list. and I will add you to the list. Linda, I think you may already be on the list, but send me another email real quick and remind me. My very first shipment of scraps is going to be going out soon, like the next 2 weeks, I think. I've gotten them all bundled up, ready to go. I just have to get them in boxes and out the door. So that's list. So I'm going to be going through a lot of my scraps because I just wish I had more time for scraps. I really do, because there's so many cool, fun projects that you could do with scraps, and I can't get to them. I cannot get to them all. So I would much rather give them to somebody that's going to put them to good use. So, all right, let's finish cutting up. We got a few more minutes here, so let's go ahead. I missed something here. Hang on. I saw an OMG email, message, but it must have been deleted because I don't see it now. Linda, honey, send me an email and I'll add you to the list. Somebody must have deleted a message. I thought I saw something about OMG and I missed it. Oh, Brenda. No, Brenda, you are not on that list. That was the message I missed. I was like, what was the OMG? No, I don't have one of those lists. Well, I do. But really, Mr. Wizard's the only one on it. He's the only one on that list. Oh, too funny. All right. How much more do we get to cut up? We got 2 more to cut up here. You guys want to hang out with me for a little bit while we cut up another bundle here? I know we're at our 2-hour mark here, but might as well get them all cut up. If you guys are okay with that, I'll hang out for a little bit longer. See if we can get these cut up. I'll try and stop talking so we can actually get this stuff done. Yep. Measure twice, cut once. All right, here we go. But yes, you're right. They do kind of look like cotton candy, especially this one. And it's too bad you guys can't see it on the camera, but there's like little sparkles in it too. I really love the sparkles. Love the sparkles. My blade is starting to go. Ooh, can you hear the music? Anybody else bopping along? Alright, so giveaway is done. Let's see if we can cut up this thing of fabric here. We've got 2 more pieces after this. I want to try and get these all done. So we're going to hang out for just a little bit longer. If you guys can hang out with me, that's great. If not, I completely understand. You know, usually our stream ends about 12:30, 1 o'clock. So if you guys got somewhere you got to be, don't worry about it. I understand. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me for as little or as long as you can. Let's go ahead and get these cut up here. So 1, 2, 3, and then this one needs to be flipped. Line back up. So I'm going to focus on cutting here for a minute. I'll pop into chat just again in just a second. Excuse me. Mom says she's got to take off. No worries, Mom. We understand. We appreciate you hanging out with us for as little or as long as you can. We will have a couple of projects here on the channel with Mom here in the next few weeks. She'll probably be hanging out with us off camera. It's not an on-camera thing for her, but she'll still be doing the project along with us. So it'll be fun. And Mom, just as a reminder, you can always have me playing in the background while you're working. You don't necessarily have to be in chat. You can just watch me in the background. I do that a lot. I lurk on so many channels. So many channels. I am always lurking. For those of you who aren't familiar with the term lurking, basically all it means is that you're watching, but you're not participating in chat. That's all that means. I do that a lot. All right. liking the music today. Kind of boppy. I like boppy music. Something you can move to. The springs on this poor chair because of the amount of bopping I do. Alright, there's one. Ooh, almost lost it. Alright. Ooh, that was way off. Hang on. There we go. That's better. Ooh, come on now. The blade on my cutter is going. If I had time, I would switch it over, but I don't want to waste your guys' time any more than I am, so we're just gonna deal with the dull blade. We'll just push a little harder. Careful with what we're doing, because this is when you can cut yourself. When you're working with a dull blade, that's when it's the most dangerous, so be careful. It's one of the things I love about my martelli is that the blade is basically concealed and my fingers can't get to it. I am less likely to hurt myself with it. I love my martelli. I used to use a traditional rotary cutter before until I saw the martelli. Becca is actually the one that got me hooked on the martelli. I saw her using it and I was curious about it, so I broke down and spent the crazy amount of money for it. It's like $22. It was crazy. But it was so worth it. This is actually my second one. My first one broke, which was really shocking to me. The inside piece broke on it. So this is actually my second one. Alright, does the Orlando twin enjoy the theme parks? The majority of my family enjoys them. You know, she doesn't really go to them very much. She doesn't really do the touristy stuff too often. She's more of a local. She has been there. She actually, in fact, they just went to Universal Studios not too long ago. But for the most part, she stays away from them. It's not a matter of she does enjoy them or doesn't enjoy them. It's just it's a budget thing for her. You know, she's a graduated college student, so she's got a lot of student loans and things, and so it's a budget thing. But she does enjoy them when she goes. Bye, Joyce. No problem. Thanks so much for hanging out with us today. We appreciate you being here. I am just about done. This is my last pieces here, so once we are finished with these pieces, then we'll cut it for the day. But I did want to get these done. It was nice of Mom to pop in during her break. She's working on a home project. My mom does a lot of crafting. She's not so much a quilter. In fact, she isn't a quilter at all. She's not even really a sewer. She does Halloween costumes, things like that. She will make those. She made my nephew a dinosaur costume. It was really cute. I don't think it still fits him, but it was really cute. So she does that kind of stuff for her family. She used to make my Halloween costume every year. My sister's as well for a long time because they were expensive. And at that time, it was cheaper to make them than it was to buy them. Now, not so much anymore, but it was at the time when we were younger. She looks like Stitches. Don't you? Well, she says she's gonna try not to ask too many questions. Yeah, because I have a tendency to go off on tangents. So I understand. It's okay. I appreciate you asking the questions. I participate in participating in chat. It makes projects go by quicker when there's somebody there to talk to. You know, sometimes chat can be pretty quiet, and that's okay too. There's nothing wrong with that. Some people just, they just don't feel like chatting, and that's okay. We'll just hang out. It's fine. Come on. There we go. Okay. One. Yeah, my blade is starting to go. 2. It is going. I'm glad that these are my last pieces. I'm going to need to change out this blade here soon. Which, in all honesty, it has been a while since we've cut any fabric, so it kind of doesn't surprise me that I would need a new blade. I change my blade out a lot. That's why I buy the cheap blades. And it's probably why I have to change it out so often, is because of the cheap blades. But I feel like, and I really haven't noticed a difference between higher quality blades and cheaper blades. I really haven't not noticed a difference. So I just buy the cheap ones. There we go. Okay, there's this one. Wow, lots of scrap. I'm kind of surprised. I was not expecting that much scrap. So, all right, 1, 2, 3. Flip this one over. There we go. All right. Marie says she's got to run. No problem, Marie. We understand. Thanks so much. Gonna run all at work on my project now. Have a great rest of your weekend, everyone. Thanks again, Danny. Always a pleasure being here on Sunday mornings, and I love the live Saturday night shows too. Well, I'm glad you like it, and don't forget about Wednesdays now too. We're doing a Wild West Wednesdays once a month for our Wild West PMQ. And Lucas is running the show for that one. Our moderator, Lucas, my soon-to-be son-in-law, someday. He runs the show on those. We're waiting for Clue 2 to come in. He was really nervous about this last one, but he did a fantastic job. He really did a great job. I think he learned a lot about being hands-on. And he made a comment to me, and I think you guys heard it, but he made a comment, and he said, Danny, I don't know how the heck you do this. He goes, between trying to sew and remember all the tricks for the machine and following the directions and keeping up with chat and making sure that things are running smoothly, he's like, Danny, I don't know how you do it. So, and the truly honest answer is, I don't know how I do it either half the time. I know that some days it looks smooth and it's really not, and then other days it looks like it's just a complete, hell in a handbasket kind of day, and sometimes it is. But so we're having a great time with him being on. He did a fantastic job for somebody who's never been behind a machine, let alone done any quilting. Obviously, he did a great job. So. That is Wild West Wednesdays. We're going to be doing that one Wednesday a month, at least for right now. I might add a second one here and there. But for right now, it's just one. We'll see how it goes. See how that time slot works out for everybody. Maybe we'll make it a permanent fixture on the channel. We'll have to wait and see. Normally we are here 10:30 a.m. Central Time on Sunday mornings. I am your Sunday morning special. Next week we're a half an hour later. We'll be starting at 11 because we do virtual breakfast with our kids while they're in school. That starts next week. When you subscribe to the channel, make sure you click the notification bell because I like to do random live streams sometimes. And I want you guys to be notified when they happen. Sometimes if I have extra time on a Saturday or during the week, I'll just turn the camera on and hang out with you guys for a little while. I don't do them often, probably once a month. I just do a random one. Also, as a reminder, we do have our Floral States of America, which is a pre-recorded series on the channel right now. It's new to the channel. It's something I haven't done in a long time. I haven't done pre-recording in forever. Those videos are less than 10 minutes long. They're like, I think the longest one we have right now is 8 minutes long. So if you're interested in that, you got a couple of minutes to check that out. It's really neat. I'm really enjoying the series. I'm really enjoying making it. I love the blocks that we're putting together from Cotton Cuts. They're really cool. But I'm also really enjoying learning a little bit about every state. Just little random things that maybe people don't know about every state. It's been a lot of fun so far, and I'm really enjoying it. I can't wait to see what the the next set of blocks looks like. I am behind on that project compared to other content creators who have joined in on it because I had the move and things like that. So I'm a little bit behind on it. So I'm sure you've probably already have seen what most of those blocks look like from other people, but not from me yet. All right, so that is it. We have cut up all of our fabric pieces. Yay! Let me grab my empty plastic bin. I store all of my projects in plastic bins like this. So then that way I don't get lost and confused. And so I have an empty one right now. So we're going to put these in. So grab this, throw that in there, throw these in there like that. These are all scraps, so I'm going to grab a Ziploc from my stash. And I like to keep all my scraps in a Ziploc so then that way they don't get all over everything. And then here's our... this in here like that. There we go. And so I'm going to go ahead and put these, get a Ziploc for these off camera, put those away, and then we will see this project again. Well, honestly, I don't think we're going to see it again until October. September is going to be kind of busy. We've got some things coming in that I'm excited to show you guys about, so I don't think we're going to see this one again until October. But then it'll kind of be a little bit more of a rotation in there. So I'm excited to see what this one looks like. I really like the colorways. I think the pattern's going to be quick and easy to put together. We've had a lot of those quick and easy ones, so that's really great. They make things, it makes it for nice content on the channel, but it also makes quick and easy projects. My poor long arm, she is so busy already. I have like 2 of them with her already. I have a 3rd one I'm ready to send to her. We're going to be done with another one here probably in 2 months. She's just going to have so many things to do for me. So I'm going to get to know her really, really well. I mean, I already know her really well, but she's going to either love me or hate me by the end of the year. I'm going to keep her really busy. All right, friends, thank you so much again for hanging out with me. I truly appreciate you being here. Thanks for hanging out with me for a couple of extra minutes so we could get those pieces together. Thank you to all of our new subscribers. I'm so grateful to see you. I can't wait to get to know you a little bit more. Thank you to everybody that participated in our giveaway today. Congratulations to our winner, Linda. I know she has already sent me an email because I saw the little pop-up in the corner of my screen, so thank you so much for that. Congratulations to all of our thimble redemptions. I will get those in the mail out to you. I've got a bunch of those to take care of today, so thanks for that. As always, we will see you again next Sunday morning, 11 a.m. Central Time. And you guys should see another video coming out this week for Floral States of America project, which is this one right here. So you'll see that one coming out this week as well. As always, you guys can contact me on Instagram or Snapchat, or I'm sorry, not Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, email, YouTube, wherever you guys need to get a hold of me. Please feel free to get a hold of me. If you guys have any questions, comments, suggestions for another show, things like that. I'd love to hear from you guys. All right, thanks again so much. I really appreciate it. I will see you all again very, very soon. Oh, Terry, I did not even see the super chat in there. Thank you so much for that. I apologize. I never even saw it. So thanks to her very much for that. I sincerely apologize for not seeing it before. So thank you again so much. I will see you guys all again really, really soon. Talk to you again later. Bye-bye for now.